What's up, good people? I know it's been a minute since I've made a YouTube video, but I'm going to try to be a lot more consistent with making these YouTube videos. So without further ado, I wanted to respond to a question that one of my subscribers or somebody on the internet asked me. They were asking about if I could share my sounds with them, if there was a way I could share my sounds with them. And I was explaining to them that GTRS has a cloud system where anybody can upload their sounds to the cloud and you can share them with other people. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. But I got to find the message of the person that asked the question so that it makes sense. Okay, somebody said, oops, where is it? Thank you so much for this video. First time, where's that comment at? Let's see if I can find the comment. YouTube Studio, content, videos, community. I think it was a comment somebody left me. Maybe they sent me an email, you know? I think it was an email. They sent me an email. Let me go and look at my emails. Don't know if this person is a subscriber or not. It doesn't really make a difference. If you guys want to know something, you can email me at my website. Go to urbanguitarlegend.com. There's a contact form. You can email me from there. So what the person was asking was, okay, somebody from Sweden, actually Nadir from Sweden. He was saying, and I'm responding like a few months after I got this email. He said, I can't even, now I can't even find the original email. Suffice it to say, the young man was simply asking, just shows you guys why it's so difficult for me to make videos is because I can't even find half the video. Well, anyway, I know this guy did send me an email and I don't know where his original email was, but anyway, he was asking me about, again, sharing my sounds with him. So I'm going to show you guys how I upload my sounds to the GTRS cloud and how you can do it too. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is play my guitar a little bit. Okay, now that we know the guitar works. Anyway, so first thing we need to do, the very first thing we need to do is well, first I need to start my screen sharing app so I can record everything that I'm doing and you guys can see it and I can bring it up on the screen. So I'm gonna use this AZ screen recorder app that I love using and I'm gonna start recording. Entire screen, start. Cool. So assuming that that's working okay, first thing you want to do for some of you guys that are new is you want to turn the Bluetooth on your phone on. So I'm going to turn my guitar off. I'm going to do everything from the beginning, okay? So just in case you have a new guitar and you're trying to figure out how to do this, I'm starting from the beginning. So what you want to do is up here where it says Bluetooth, I'm going to turn that on. And when I turn it on, I'm gonna hold it down and I'm gonna look inside of here, oops, and I see white W800 audio. Okay, that's if I want to stream audio through my guitar, which I'm not gonna do right now. So I'm not worried about anything. I just wanna make sure I have Bluetooth on. So don't worry about connecting to anything. Just turn your guitar on. Turn the knob on like that and let it light up. Once it stops flashing, it'll go solid. Okay, cool. That's solid, that means it's on. Now, is my autofocus on? I don't know if my autofocus is working. Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so we have the guitar on. My Bluetooth is on. I'm not necessarily worried about connecting to Bluetooth audio at this time, but all I want to do is turn on the app. Now, where's the app? If you don't already have the app for GTRS, you need to go to your Play Store or your Play Store for Android or the Apple Store and type in GTRS, and then you will see something that looks like this. You'll see the app. It's got a GTRS logo. So I already have it installed, so I'm just going to click Open. So I'm going to open the app. Now that I have the app open and I have my guitar on, I'm going to click Connect. So now if it's your first time ever doing this, you got maybe another step or two where they're going to have you scan the QR code on the back of your guitar or something like that and do some other things. But here, I already have my guitar in here. You see it says white W800, so I'm going to press white W800 because I want to connect to my guitar. That name, white W800, you can change that. It doesn't come up like that. I changed it to white W800, and I'll show you how to do that later. So now we're going to learn how to upload sounds to the GTRS cloud. Okay, so you guys see the screen we're on right now. What you want to do from here is click over the little tool icon in the bottom right hand corner over here. We click that, and it should bring up a picture of your guitar. Mine is this white W800, except for these stickers I put on here from Dollar Tree. Yeah, that's what poor people do. We go to Dollar Tree a lot. So let's see. I'm going to, well, I just noticed that I had that pickup simulation on. I'm going to turn that off for now. Okay, so you see, why does it say piezo? Let me fix that. That's weird. Why does it say piezo out there? Okay, 60 strat, that's what it should say. So you see this little thing blinking right here, the little graphic of the super knob that's kind of glowing. You have to click on that. And actually you don't have to click on that right now, but when you click on that, it takes you to this screen where you can manipulate your sounds and things like that, okay? But the first thing, well, I want to teach you how to upload your sounds, but I should probably take a quick second for anybody who's completely new and just explain to them, if you look up here where mine says 1B clean, up here in the kind of upper left, all your sounds inside the GTRS are organized into banks. Bank 0 through 9. As you see, I'm on bank 1 and I'm on the patch B. So every bank, you've got access to 4 different sounds. So like on bank 1, for example, I've got sounds A, sounds B, sound C, sound D. So A, B, C, D. Those are the 4 sounds that I have on bank 1. When I go to bank 2, I can access another 4 different sounds, okay? So the reason I'm telling you guys this is because every time you're pressing the super knob to switch between sounds, you're actually switching between A, B, C, or D in the bank that you're in. And what bank are you in? Well, you're in whatever bank you were on the last time you kind of had the app open. So for example, if I came down here and clicked on bank 0A, it says lead. So now I'm on bank 0. I'm on sound number A. Now, every time I press the super knob button right here, you guys are going to notice that the patches are going to change. I'm going to press super knob. So now I'm on 0B, 0C, 0D. Okay, and I press it again, I'm back to 0A. So it just keeps looping through that bank that you're on. It stays on the bank that you were on when you were messing with the app. Okay, if I want to move to another bank, I click this drop down and I can scroll down here to, like, let's say bank 3. I'll type on 3A. And now I'm on bank 3. And then if I keep clicking this, I'll go through A, B, C, D, and back to A. So I'm still on bank 3 right now. So I'm going to switch back over to bank 1 because that's where I keep my primary sounds that I like to use in. Again, you've got 9 different banks, 0 through 9. And then you've got 4 sounds in each bank. So that's 40. That's 0 through 9 is 10 banks, and then 4 sounds in each. 4 times 10 is 40. So you got a total of 40 sounds. And oh, it also applies to the foot pedal. Whatever bank you're in, when you press these buttons, that's, you know, you'll be going from patch A, B, C, D based on what bank you're in. But you can use the foot pedal to go bank up, bank down, actually. So I'll show you how to do that later. Getting off into a segue here. We want to stay focused, okay? So let's say, for example, I'm on this 1A lead sound, right? Turn this on. Okay, say I like that sound and I'm like, I want to upload that to the cloud so other people can use it, okay? So the first thing you have to do, well, you see this little man icon up here in the upper right-hand corner? The little, looks like a little person right there. If I click on that, I already have an account called Urban Guitar Legend, but I want to show you guys how to do this like from the beginning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out of my account. Log out. Let's see. Okay. Now since I hit log out, you notice this little icon, this little man icon it's like it's grayed out. It doesn't have a white outline behind it. So what I need to do right now is I need to create an account out there. So let's see. What I'm going to do, I'm playing around a little bit because I just want to see something. Okay, perfect. So you notice whenever I hit this little icon with the man, or this one with the cloud over here, or this one with the upload over here, it keeps going to this login screen, because to use these features, it expects you to be logged in, okay? So any one of these you can click on, the little up arrow icon, the cloud icon, or this little man. Click on it, and it's going to say log in. So you don't have an account yet. Maybe you do have an account. If you do have an account, you can skip this step. If you don't, this is good information for you to know, okay? So you click that, it says log in. Okay, you're going to need to click register down here in the lower right-hand side. And I'm taking a moment and kind of like circling around it with this little dot so you guys can kind of see and focus in on what I'm doing. So if you already have an account, go ahead and log in. If you don't, you're going to click register. Click on register. Now, this icon pops up that's showing me a phone over here and it's showing me email over here. We don't live in China, so we need to register by email, okay? If we lived in China and we had a Chinese phone number, we could register by, we could sign up with our Chinese phone number, our number in China, but we don't. Because GTRS is from China, in case you guys didn't know. Shenzhen, I think, is where they are. So we're going to click on the email one, which means we're going to have to put in an email address to have an ID on their cloud system out there. It actually doesn't need to be a real email address, okay? I'm just going to make up a bogus email address right now just to show you guys how it works. That I know of, GTRS is not really going to email you anything, okay? So it doesn't. The purpose of this email address is just to establish a cloud account, a place where you can upload your sounds and stuff like that. Because there's no way you can export your sounds like locally, like to a jump drive or something. To get them off your guitar, to get them backed up, they got to be uploaded to the GTR servers or whatnot, okay? So we need an email address. So part of this is just to show you guys that it works without using a real email address, in case some of you guys are privacy sensitive or whatever. You can use any email address. It just needs to be unique within their system. So if somebody's already used this email address to create an account with them, then it's gonna let you know with the error message, which we'll take a look at that. So let me pause this video so I don't go too long with one recording. Okay, well, for some reason my remote control doesn't work. Okay, so just forget it. We'll just let it continue to record. So, I'm gonna show you guys something. So it says enter your username. Username is just something, again, that's something you make up. That's what's gonna be displayed to other GTRS people out there. You know, like once you're logged into their cloud system, that's how other people will find you, is by that username, okay? The email address is kind of private. Only you know that, and GTRS knows that. That's the key to your account. So I'm going to put in the email username I already have, which is Urban Guitar Legend. And it's not going to let me use this because I already have an account. And now I'm going to make up a bogus email address. And I'm going to call this UGL at gmail.com. And it's probably not going to let me use this because it's going to notice that the username is duplicate because there's somebody with that username already out there. So I'm going to hit done. Okay, UGL at gmail.com, Urban Guitar Legend is the username. I'm going to hit next. Okay, it says duplicate nickname. So you guys saw that pop up on screen. I'll do it again. Duplicate nickname right there. Okay, so y'all saw that 2 times. The nickname is that username, okay? So now let me just do a unique username. I'm going to call this UGL, okay? And this time I clicked next, and then it wants me to put in an email address. I'm going to use an email address that I've already used before, which is my Urban Guitar Legend email address. In case any of you guys want to email me out there, you can. Just don't spam me. I'm going to click done. And now I'm using an email address that's already been used. So it's going to complain again about that. So let's click next. Username length cannot be less than 4. Okay, well that's the first thing. See that? Username length cannot be less than 4. So let's change that. Let's say Urban Guitar Legend 1984, because that was a good year. So click next. Again, we're using an email address that's already been used. Duplicate mailbox. So you see right there, the username you use needs to be unique to the GTRS system, and the email needs to be unique. Now, remember I told you guys that the email address does not have to be a real email address. So let's come back in here to the username, and let's just change that to UGL test. Okay, because I'm sure nobody out on their site has something called UGL test, probably. If they do, it'll complain. Now, here's the interesting part when it comes to the email address. We're just going to make up a bogus email address, but whatever email address you make up, you need to remember that email address, because that's how you're going to continue to upload and download into your account on the GTRS servers. You could always create a new email address and do this completely over, but if you uploaded some sounds and you want to kind of get them back down or download them to another guitar, which we're going to do in a minute, you're going to want to get back to that account. And it's important that you remember the email address. You don't have to remember the password. You don't have to remember the username, because the nickname is going to show up for you automatically once you log in, but you are going to have to remember the email address to log in. So UGL, we'll say UGL.test, just to show you guys that I'm making up a completely. They're just going to use this on their side to store your stuff, but it doesn't have to be real, because I don't think they're going to email you anything. But you probably do want to make it real just in case they do email you something, but I don't think that's going to happen. So UGL.test and UGL-test is going to be my name out in GTRS. So I'm going to remember UGL.test. I'm going to click next. Now, enter a password. Password that I'm going to make right now, I'll change this later, but just so you guys can follow along, I'm going to call it password, which you should not do. You need make up a really good, strong password, by the way. I'm just typing password because I'm going to change this before I even upload this video to you guys, so it really doesn't matter. So click next. And the only thing you guys can do with this, somebody can do with this password, because it's not even a real email address, is they could upload over this particular GTRS account and overwrite something I have out there, which I don't really care because I'm not using this account. Okay, please read. Now you got to want to check, please read and accept the user agreement. I'm going to hit register. Remember, my two password entries are inconsistent. Okay, so apparently PASSWORD. And then it's going to ask you to confirm PASSWORD. Okay, I'm going to click done. Now they look even now, and I've got the checkbox for please read and accept. Hit register. Cool. So it didn't complain, as you guys can see, and I'm right back at the login screen. So now I'm going to log in. Now I can use the mobile, it says mobile number / Mooer Studio account. We're going to do Mooer Studio account, and because we don't have a mobile number in China. And at this point, we could either use the email address or we could use that username. Let's go with the username, UGL, just for giggles, just to see how it works, -test. Remember, that's the username that's going to show up out on the cloud when other people try to search for sounds we uploaded. -test. Okay, I'm going to hit next. Now it wants the password, PASSWORD. Hit done. Now we got please read and accept checked, and I'm going to hit login. Okay, so now I'm actually logged in. You see that little man icon is now lit up kind of bluish or whatever. So next thing we're going to do is I'm going to click on that little man icon, and you guys see up here in the upper right, it says UGL test, okay? Now, oops, let me go back because I'm going too fast. So if I click on that where it says UGL test, it brings me to a profile screen where I can upload a profile photo, which I'll do right now just for fun, so you guys can see how this works. Let me find some good photos. Okay, here's a photo. So let's use this photo, okay? I'm going to use that photo. I'm going to click this checkbox up here in the upper right. I'm going to click the little complete where it says red. It says completed down here in red. You need to click on that where it says completed. So I click on it, and it's going to upload that photo, and you guys see that photo now right up there. You see my username right here, and you can actually change the username here, but I think it still needs to stay unique. So we already talked about that. Cancel that. Now you can also do a personal profile, and that's like your little bio. So you could say, I am the greatest guitarist. I'm showing you guys a lot of little things that people don't talk about with the whole GTRS guitar stuff, because not a lot of people in the United States have this guitar from what I found. And so not a lot of people are qualified to talk about it, except for the urban guitar legend. I am the greatest guitarist. It's kind of cool to have this stuff up there, guitars in the world, because, you know, you could put little contact information. You could put your website. Let's do that. Let's see if we can put a website. Let's put www.urbanguitarlegend.com. So that's going to be part of my bio. Click OK. Cool. And then it's got a user agreement, and it's got deregistration, which we're not going to deregister. We're going to go back, click this little back arrow. So now you see UGL test, that's my username, and it says I am the greatest guitarist in the world. Cool. All right, now let's go back. Let's click the back button again. So now we got our user account set up, we are logged in. So every time we turn on our guitar and we connect to the app, we should be logged in. If we're not, we can log in. So what can we do now that we're logged in? Okay, let's look at some stuff. So as I told you before, we're on this lead sound. Let me play some stuff. Okay, Okay. So say for example, you like, hey, I like that sound. I want to save it. You know, I want to save it to the cloud to share it with other people, but then also have it backed up for myself. What you want to do now is you see this little up arrow over here, the little up arrow, and then this little, well, you guys see where I'm kind of circling right here. You want to click on that because that's how you're going to upload your sound, okay? So what sound is it going to upload? It's going to upload this patch 1A that I'm on right now. So click upload. Now I can name it. I'm going to just leave it. It's called lead, and let's call it dirty lead. By default, it just keeps the name that you already had on that patch. And then you can give it a description. And here you can do cool stuff. You can actually, you can put your website again if you want to. If you want to do some promotion and marketing, herbguitarlegend.com, and you could put lead sound. Lead sound. I think it's a Carol Ann amp I'm using. Lead sound cloud. Lead sound from Carol Ann. So I think that's how you spell it. So we say OK. Now it wants you to select the type. You have to select the type. If you don't select the type and you just try to hit upload, it's not going to do anything. I'm hitting upload now and it's not doing anything. So you want to click this drop down. And since this is kind of a high gain sound, I'm going to click on high gain. This is just how GTRS categorizes the sounds out there in the cloud so people can find them easier. Okay. So now I can click upload. Okay. So click upload. So the beauty of all this is you can share these sounds with other people. Okay, all you have to do is give them your GTRS name, which in this case it's UGL test. So if I tell somebody it's UGL test, what they'll do is they'll come into their app, they'll click on this little, I'm sorry, not the little man icon, but they'll click on this little cloud icon over here in between the man and the up arrow. They'll click on the little cloud icon and it'll take them to this zone where they can download sounds. And if you notice up here in the upper left, it says user zone, and then you have official zone. We're going to focus on user zone. This is where people like you and me upload our sounds. So you can see it's already selected. It's already on clean. And from there, I can just search. I click on this little search thing, spyglass in the upper right-hand corner. Click on that. And I'm going to type in UGL and hit search. And you notice it's searching actually for sounds. It's searching in the name of the sound and it's searching in the name of the person that uploaded it to, as far as the search terms. So you see it's finding a lot of stuff that says UGL dirty, UGL lead. That's stuff that I had already uploaded under another account that I had, my Urban Guitar Legend account, and then I've got an account that says Craig Holden. So, but if I just want to get to the UGL test stuff, let's just type in the full username. And you see, here's that dirty lead sound, okay? So, yeah, so that's really cool. Now, if somebody else wants to try your sound, they come out here, they search for it, and notice there's a try button right there, okay? So all they got to do is click on, now I'm already on that sound on my guitar, so let me switch to a clean sound. Okay, if I wanted to just try that sound, if I didn't know who UGL test was, I want to try the sound, I'm just click on the try button right there. And it's going to load the sound into my guitar temporarily. So my camera stopped. I don't know where it stopped at. So let me try to back up to, we're going to go back a couple cycles. So again, if you want to share your sound with somebody, that person is going to click on the little cloud icon in their GTRS app. They're going to come to the user zone area and they're just going to search. It doesn't matter whether they're on low gain or high gain or whatever. If you click on those things, it's just going to show you clean sounds and you can go in here and pick and try some. But if you're searching for something somebody uploaded, just get them to give you their username, and you can search for the stuff just by their username. So UGL-test. Now, it is possible that somebody can name one of their sounds with your username, so that would come up in the search, because remember, this search is checking for either the title of the sound or the person who uploaded. So in this case, it finds the person UGL test that uploaded. If there was a sound called UGL test, then the search would find that also. So just to let you guys know. So again, if I'm on a clean sound, I can click on this try button without even downloading it. Just click on try. You don't have to click on this download area. Click on try. And what it's going to do is it's going to load that sound. It loaded that sound temporarily into my guitar. That's really cool without even me downloading it. Okay, so if I want to get back to my sound, I think you just hit the try thing again. Yeah. Yeah, it takes you right back to your original sound. So let's do that again. We'll hit try, and it'll kind of it'll put the little dot highlighted next to try. Also, just switching your sounds will also take you out of that patch. Okay, so if you want to download the sound, you just click on the little download icon. It will take you to this next screen where you'll have to click import over here, this little import in the lower right-hand corner. Click on import, and it's going to ask you where you want to put that sound in your guitar, okay? And you would just choose whatever bank or whatever patch you want to store that sound in. Now, one important thing to remember about the GTRS guitars, everything is stored in the guitar. It's not in your phone. It's not in the app. If you lose your phone or something like that, everything is still in your guitar. So the phone is used as a way to connect to the guitar and to manipulate and to access sounds and stuff like that. But there's no sounds or any settings or anything stored in the phone, to my knowledge. So the cool thing about the screen we're on right now is it shows the person over here. It shows their username, who uploaded it. It shows what day they uploaded it. It shows the name of it. And it also shows that description down here, and you see my website there. It also shows you what pickup they had selected. It shows you what guitar they were using. I'm using a W800. And the type is the category that we chose, which is high gain, okay? That's just a categorization field. That's how we categorized it. Where it says pickup 160 Strat, that's telling you what, first of all, it's telling you what pickup position was that the guitar was on when the person uploaded. Okay, so that's assuming you can select that same pickup position and you'll get close to their sound, I guess, or whatever. It's just letting you know what they had their pickup set on. It's also telling me 60 Strat, but if you guys notice out here, I don't actually have pickup simulation turned on. You see it's turned off right here, but it's still set to 60 Strat, so it's just showing you what kind of pickup simulation is on this particular is on the bridge pickup, is being used. Even though I'm not actively using it, it's still showing you how that person had it set. So if we come back into here, we search for UGL again. UGL test. And, okay, click on that download. So up here where it shows you the effect chain, you cannot actually click on these. They won't do anything. What it's just showing you is, well, it shows you what the effect chain was that I had when I uploaded the sound. It's not going to show you my settings in there. You'll be able to see my settings once you download the sound to your guitar and you go to the screen where you manipulate the settings. You can see how it's set. but it's just showing you at a glance that, okay, he went into a boost, then a delay, then a reverb, then an amp and a cab and an EQ. And he had mod and dynamics turned off. And you see which order, he had it in, because you can also switch when you're creating sounds, you can change the order. So anyway, I hope this video was insightful and somewhat useful about how to upload the sounds. I could go, let me go a step further for you guys just while I'm at it. This may save me having to make another video, even though this video is pretty long already. If we come back here to this main screen and we click on the, up here, if we click on the little man icon again, up here in the upper right, you notice it says downloads, and it's got the sound that the reason it's got downloads and it's got that one sound in there is because it's saying, hey, that's the first sound you actually, I don't remember downloading that sound, but if I click on Works, Works is all the things you've actually uploaded to the cloud. Downloads is a thing that you've downloaded. And I don't remember downloading this sound, but let's click on it. If you want to get rid of it, click the three dots up here and click on it, and then select the trash can up here, and you actually delete. Are you sure you want to delete? Yeah, because I don't remember actually downloading it. Let's see what happens when you click delete. Okay. Now Works is still going to be under Works because Works is something that you've uploaded. So downloads, there's nothing there. Let's go back and let's download a sound that I don't even. So here's somebody. Let's type in Eric Johnson. Let's do that. So Eric Johnson, and this is going to search for any users named Eric Johnson or anybody with. Oh, actually didn't find anything. That's interesting. Let's type in EJ. Okay, you see a bunch of EJ lead and all this, so nobody actually used Eric's full name. So it says try. So I'm going to click on try for this Eric Johnson lead. That doesn't sound like Eric Johnson lead, but I don't care. I just want to play with it. So I'm going to click download. And I'm going to click import. And I'm going to import this in some patch that I'm not worried about overriding. We'll put it in 9D, EJ lead. Okay. We're going to come back to the main screen and we're going to click on the little man icon. And I don't see it there. I thought it would be there under downloads. But anyway, you will see it over here under 9D. You see right up here, it's under 9D, EJ lead. If I want to see the amp that this person used, I'll click on amp, and it'll say they were using a US Blues OD. So they were using amp number 6, US Blues OD. Okay. So yeah, you guys kind of get the point of what I'm saying. The other thing you can do is you can click here on the man icon and you can click backup. And what backup is going to do is backup is going to back up everything, all the settings on your guitar, except for the pickup simulations. But everything else, it's going to back up, and then you can restore it to another guitar. So I'll show you guys how to do that next time. If anybody wants to know how to do that, let me know. You'll probably figure it out already. You just hit backup. It's going to back it up. Then you plug up another guitar. Make sure you log into this same account and click import. It'll import it to that guitar. But I'll show that later. But I hope this video was useful and insightful. And yeah, oh, one more thing. My actual sounds, if you want to find my sounds, you would just come and you would search Urban Guitar Legend in the little cloud area. Forgot to mention that, strangely enough. Urban Guitar Legend. Click search. Okay, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Maybe, okay. Maybe you do need, maybe it does matter if you're on the high gain or low. Let me see. Urban Guitar Legend. Why didn't it find it? Yeah, okay, it found it. But why didn't it? It shouldn't matter whether I'm have clean selected or low gain or whatever. It should still find, I think, the sound, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, it finds it. Okay, I must have just typed something wrong. So I've got 16 sounds, uploaded under Urban Guitar Legend. Anywho, hope that was useful and insightful so you learn how to connect your GTRS guitar to the app, how to upload sounds, and also how to search for sounds, and also how to download for sounds. So hope you got some out of it. We'll talk at you later. Peace.